There we go. Good morning. Hello. Ooh, look, I like your pattern. Maybe I just didn't notice that before.
The pattern?
Yeah, the pattern on your
on my mat?
Yeah, on your build mat.
Oh yeah, this is cool. A sewing mat, so that's probably why.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
yeah, I use this for sewing and stuff. Good morning, by the way.
Yes, good morning to you too, and good morning to chat. Thank you guys for being here with us. We started an hour later because X-Ray Girl is still abroad, and normally
not that kind of broad, but like gone broad.
Well, she is abroad, right? She's I mean you guys are broads, right? Isn't that the old-fashioned like yeah, you're the dames or the broads, you call them that, right? No, I'm kidding. You are respectable, strong women. How about that?
Dang right we are.
Not just broads. But so yeah, X-Ray Girl is gone for the time being, and when her and I started doing this, she was like, "Could you do like 7 a.m. Pacific?" And I was like, "You know what? It's a little early, but I can do it. We can make it happen." And then Kara and I did the 7 a.m. 2 weekends ago. And I was like,
2 weeks ago.
And I was like, why are we still doing this? X-Ray's gone. We can have this whatever time we want. So
yep.
We slipped in a little bit.
Yes, we did.
At least that was.
I got my coffee, and you have your coffee.
I do. That I do. And
good morning, chat. By the way.
Yeah, good morning to everyone in Kara's chat and mine. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend. The first, oh no, I guess fall won't officially start until next week, right?
It's just been raining a lot here.
Oh, I am so jealous. That sounds amazing.
It's been raining a lot. It was nice. I will admit it was very nice.
What's like the perfect weather for you?
Probably just after it's rained, but as long as it's not like sticky humid.
Okay, and it gets humid over there for you guys.
Oh, yes it does. You figured that out recently.
And I was only there for maybe like 3 days, and even I was like, oh man, okay, I see what's going on here.
So I realized last stream, because like, so last stream, I know I told you how I was going to try and print out a reference.
Yeah.
For my color palette. I realized I have the amiibo of the character that I'm painting, so I can just use him as a full 360 reference
Oh, that is
on
perfect.
this. And I also, a friend of mine from Australia recently sent me a care package that includes the art book from the game. So I
Oh,
also have that as reference.
that's dope.
And he sent us a bunch of Tim Tams. Yes. Yes. My husband had to make sure I mentioned the Tim Tams.
That is,
So,
God, that is gorgeous. Um, See, the art book is perfect because that's actually what I tend to use when I'm doing the Warhammer figures. Is I'll look through their codices or their codexes or rule
mm-hmm.
books and gain some perspective and I guess motivation from some of those pieces of artwork. So,
Yeah, it's really fun to just kind of go through this, and it's a really good reference. I might have to use this for something else I'm working on.
but that's cool.
Oh, I love going through art books. They're my favorite.
And you actually, you and I were nerding out over Frank Cho and Adam Hughes
Yes.
a couple weeks back, where I was like,
Which
I was like, Kara, look at these art books. How cool are these? And you're like,
like
oh yeah,
yeah, I know who that is.
you're like, yeah, I have all of those. And I was like,
I have those, and I have the fancier version.
you do, and yeah, you have like the first printing or the hardcover. Um,
Well, by I mean my husband. Um, but I was like, I recognize that.
yeah, I mean, they're the collective yours, I guess you could say. So.
Yes. What's his is mine, and what's mine is mine.
That's is that how marriage works?
That's exactly how marriage works.
That's funny. I'll keep that in mind when I'm proposing. Um, I'll make sure that's in my vows or something that I recognize that.
In his vows, he had to vow that he wouldn't spitefully put things on the top shelf
Oh, I like that. That's smart.
because he's very tall and I am very short.
Yes. Uh, and this was at your Miyazaki themed Spirited Away um,
Yes, our
wedding,
wedding
which
that we
was
had.
yeah, which is awesome. So let me say hi to Cajun Corey. Good morning, brother. Thanks for being here. We also have Woad Warrior says morning all, and my good friend Josh. He says I want rain. We need it. I agree, man.
Hi, Josh. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, brother. Hope you're doing well, and hopefully your schedule is a little bit freer. Um, so as you guys can see in the chat, I'm just kind of showing off a little bit of the so I haven't actually touched these guys since the last we saw each other, Kara. So like I definitely needed this morning because it has been a full 2 weeks since I've painted last. So
It has.
so I am thankful because these guys are messily base coated, which will look good in the future. It will turn into this. So that's
It just
what.
takes some time.
Yes, yeah. So I need to put some more ink on these guys and then base coat them again, layer them up. But this will be what the final result should look like. And hopefully you guys can see these models a little bit better with the white background. I decided to do this instead of this one that the grid line that I normally use. So we'll see how the white works. I don't know if that's going to be easier for the camera to focus on or not, but trial and error. So,
Yes. Good morning, Nadia. Good morning, Mountain. Hi, Cajun. Hi, Clara. Good
yeah,
morning, everybody.
we have Nadia in the chat. Is Nadia shrimping
Yes.
yet?
I haven't gotten any shrimps yet.
Oh. Well, we may need
You
to
know what?
change
It's
that.
okay. I'll forgive it. I'll forgive it.
Yeah. Nadia and I had, and her husband Chris, we had the best time, was it last weekend, Nadia? I forget. We basically they were in town, and you and your husband may know about this, but have you ever heard of like Hema, which is like kind of what Shad does, where it's like sword fighting, it's like ground fighting and sword fighting, and it's you see it a lot at like Ren festivals and stuff, and Ren
Yeah.
fairs,
It's like
and
kind of like LARPing.
yeah, yeah. And so Nadia's husband is getting super into this, is not just like a hobby, but he wants to compete in this. And
Oh.
so we got to check out one of the HEMA shops, and it was really cool. So it was a great little Saturday because we got to spend most of the day training and getting equipment, getting tips and tricks, and learning about like the different techniques and stuff like that. So it was super interesting.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, if I had room for another hobby, I would I would absolutely take on Hema. But at this point in time, comics, Warhammer, YouTube, school, yeah.
How is school going?
It is. So this will be our second or third week. And for some reason my camera does not want to focus right now. Come on, big guy. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be our second or third week, I want to say, and so far the classes aren't like difficult per se. Um, right now uh, it's mainly getting our careers situated. So this is our second year of
Ah.
the program, and so they're really trying to get us um, to work on our resumes, to start beginning the interview process, to begin looking for different positions and internships and stuff like that. So the class schedule isn't as, I guess, difficult or yeah, difficult. It's still very time consuming. But now it's like, okay, take what you've learned so far and now start applying it to the jobs that you want to get. So it's like career fairs and career, you know, um, outings and networking events and stuff like that. So it's a lot
Mhm.
of that.
Lots of networking. That's got to be fun.
Networking with you guys is different. It's way more fun. But networking with like, corporations and finance firms, and it's like,
Feel like you're selling your soul.
I definitely need to find some place that is going to be, uh, I don't know, that I feel like I'm going to be making a difference at. I don't know. I don't want to just work for
Yeah.
some like random company that no one's ever heard of. I want to work for some place that's actually going to, I don't know, that I feel like is going to be doing something cool within um, our community, within the world, within, not to say that like, oh, we need to be social activists. I just want us to be doing some cool stuff that might
Add that to
influence.
your resume.
Hey, I could be an ally. um, so yeah, we'll see. Josh says my schedule is just crazy because of a perfect storm of strange events at work. Employee fired for cussing out my
Oh,
boss. Oh my god.
oh. Please
Emergency.
tell me somebody got that on video.
Yeah, my god. Emergency surgery for one employee. Then my boss got a call to receive foster kids. Oh my
Oh,
lord.
man.
Um, well, Josh,
Yeah, that's a lot.
that sounds like that honestly sounds like uh one of those like reality shows where almost everything that could happen happens. What is that? Murphy's Law?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Well, glad you're with us this morning, Josh, and hopefully we can take your mind off of that ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, that sounds a little overwhelming.
Yeah. And good morning to Ash. Hello, and thank you for being here.
Good morning. Nadia says Max got free Warhammer books.
I did. Yeah.
She also said, oh, her and Cajun Corey also came in with the shrimps in the chat.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. What's funny is we went to this Hema place that, like, it's got swords and armor and shields and all, muskets and all kinds of different fighting, tools that you can practice with. And Nadia and I kind of go off to the corner and we're looking at some of like the textbooks that they have on fighting. And just right below, there's like a shitty little open cardboard box and it says free Warhammer 40k books. And I was like,
oh, snap.
What? No way. So we just started, going through them and we just kind of picked them dry and, yeah, took them all. So.
Okay. Are you making waffles in there?
Yeah. I had to use up the.
Oh, the batter.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not hungry yet. Thank you, though.
You can just get back up or something. I got 3 of them. That's what's left over.
Thank you, sweetie pie. He's making food, making breakfast.
Making pancakes.
I was like, ooh, it smells good in here.
Nice. That sounds amazing.
Cajun says, got a shrimp for redhead since you're one now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one again.
So what made you make the change? I forgot that you, I saw your post on, I think it was Instagram or Twitter. Looks great.
Thank you. It's starting to be fall again. I've been blonde for a while now, and I was like, I just need to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the longest I'd gone without doing something to my hair in a while.
That pumpkin spice hair color.
It's not pumpkin spice hair color, honey.
I mean, it is
Don't
pumpkin
look at
spice
me like
season.
that. I guess it's pumpkin spice. But I like red. Red's fun.
Yeah, you look like Mary Jane.
I look like Mary Jane.
Mary
like
Jane, or who else is a redhead in the Marvel Universe? Scarlet Witch. Well, no, Scarlet Witch is a brunette.
You got Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. Yeah, you know what? You actually probably look more like Jean Grey than you do, because your hair is super long right now. Yeah.
Yeah, my hair is really long right now.
Who else? You've got like Black Widow. I think.
Yeah. I've actually done a Black Widow cosplay before.
Oh yeah, did you go
It
to?
was a long time ago, but it was fun.
Did you go to like a convention with it, or did you just do it for fun?
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
It wasn't like a fancy one or anything. It was just one that my husband had picked up for me, and I was like, this could be fun.
That is pretty rad. Yeah,
So.
that's super fun.
Firestar. I was thinking Starfire. I was like, I love Starfire.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh boy. Josh says, I'm thinking about doing something with my hair too. Any thoughts on blue hair? Blue hair doesn't signal anything, does it?
No, it definitely doesn't. No, go ahead and see. I mean, I bet his game would skyrocket.
Oh, yeah.
Because people would be like, "Ooh, he's on our side."
Oh yeah. All the guys would be like, I know exactly what he's looking for.
Yep, Josh, you wouldn't be able to fend off all the guys that would be coming for you.
Josh, I think you would also need to like shave one side of your head with the blue. I think that would look really good.
Or get some designs going.
Yeah. He definitely needs more piercings though. That's for sure.
Yep. Gotta have at least an eyebrow piercing.
Yeah, that says something about you for sure. I just heard. I couldn't tell if he was throwing up because of the eye piercing comment or because of his cooking? I'm not sure which one.
This is the eye piercing comment. Oh god, I regret the blue hair comment. I don't want that. You mean you don't want a bunch of never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Oh, I will.
I don't need to break the internet this weekend. Az already did that.
Oh my god. Yeah, that just escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did. And I will say, I am one of the people that's actually really enjoying Starfield right now, so.
Yeah, and so I would love to. Could you talk a little bit more about that? Because I'm not a gamer. I will never claim to be one. I'm awful at them, and I just don't know anything about it. So, kind of talk about a little bit why this kind of blew up, and then what your thoughts on it. Because I think there are people that can still enjoy the game, like yourself, but like maybe
Yeah.
people may not understand why it's still enjoyable. So,
I can understand his thoughts about it just kind of being in everything now.
yeah.
Like, it's like subtle, but not like super like in your face. So a lot of people like myself will kind of just be like, oh, just glaze over it. I mean, it's just like choosing whether you're a boy or a girl in any other video game to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. But I can understand, like, his frustration with it just being like, we can't even go. Like, and I know for a fact that this is a game that Az was really looking forward to. Like, him and I have been texting off and on about it for weeks now.
Oh wow.
So, it was just one of those, I think it just caught him off guard. And, because he had started playing it before I had. So, like, I asked him, I was like, hey, like, what are your thoughts on it so far? And he's like, the gameplay is actually really solid. He's like, there's a few things that are insufferable. But all in all, like, he's enjoyed the game. Except for, well, I mean, from that little bit that we had spoken about it, because I was like, I haven't gone into his streams at all for it yet. Like, I was just kind of avoiding all content about it because I wanted to experience it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you saw me in Dallas, you knew how excited I was about this game.
Oh my god, I loved getting that perspective from you, like to see how excited you were, because like, you know, just seeing someone else get so passionate about something that they love is a really cool experience. And this is coming from a guy who knows absolutely, dick all
At
about
least squat.
yeah, video games and stuff like that. So it was really fun to watch you get so excited for something that you love. But so yeah, you've been talking about this since Dallas, yeah.
Yeah. And like this is a game like I personally enjoy it, but I've also been that person that has purchased Skyrim on every single console that it's released on. Like I love Skyrim. I love those big open world like games. Like I love The Witcher and how big an open world it was. And then of course like how X-Ray and I do our No Man's Sky Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it just kind of felt like a good mesh of Skyrim and No Man's Sky for me. And to me, it has fit that. To me, it has. Um, but I also, compared to a lot of people in the circle, are very new to a lot of like the culture war stuff. Like, I guess it just doesn't really bother me as much as I can see that it does bother some people. But I mean, it's like that with like even the whole Hogwarts Legacy stuff that I got canceled over. I was just like, yeah, you can be upset with it. Like that's your prerogative. Like you're welcome to do that, but like be upset, do your thing, but don't try to like guilt me into enjoying something that I'm obviously enjoying. And
Yeah.
like I'm like that with all content. Like even people who like stuff that isn't very like mainstream. It's just not my thing, but as long as you're not going out and like, and Josh just made a good point. And he's just like, if you were forced to play as that type of character, it'd be completely different story. But like, it's just,
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me
And I
at
think
all.
you had to go through one of the worst experiences, actually having to lose your job for, from a, like, these are my words, these are not her words, but, or Kara's words, but I think from a freak who literally had nothing better to do than to try and ruin someone else's life.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw that firsthand and had to go through that in your life. And so seeing something, I guess I'll equate it to, like, your husband and I have been on combat deployments. And
Yes.
if we were to see something lesser here in the States, we'd go like, you know what, it's not a big deal because we've seen worse, right? And I think,
Mm-hmm.
would you say that that may be kind of where you sit with stuff like this, where you're like, I've literally been canceled over shit like this before, so like, this is nothing compared to what I've
It's a
seen in
nothing
the
burger.
yeah, yeah. So I can understand that, and yet I think what I really like about what you said though is that you still respect, those who have that opinion of like,
Yeah.
this is ruins my escapism. Like this ruins the aspect of me trying to become completely immersed in this world. Because that happens with me with comic books, is where I'll read something
Mm-hmm.
and it'll immediately take me out of the story, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
great. So.
I think the only thing that I've really noticed in the game, like, just, I mean, I think I'm like 12 or 13 hours in. I think my husband is closer to like 30 hours in.
Mm.
Um, there's just a
Wow.
lot of girl bosses. That's the only thing that really like is annoying me, is that like all of the hard asses are chicks.
Ugh, we hate
It's just like,
that. No one likes it.
I think that's the only thing that is really like stuck out to me.
That is so funny. And yeah, I'm really, what's like, I found an Instagram page the other day, and it's this woman who kind of is calling out um, female behavior that's like really despicable. And it's not like
Mm-hmm.
a Pearl, like she's not as abrasive or as like condescending or hypocritical as Pearl is, but she was basically just saying like, hey, if you really do want your man to respect you and think of you this way, like, maybe this would be a better approach, or blah blah. And I was just watching some of her
Yeah.
videos, and I and there were all these different profiles that were recommended to me after that, and like my feed was just covered in all these different women that had similar
Mm-hmm.
takes that were saying like, we need to get rid of this like girl boss epidemic. And I don't know if it's just me or if it's just my feed, but I've been seeing a lot more women recently saying like, hey, this is like, sure, women have had a really bad shake in the past,
Yeah.
but right now what we're doing about like blaming men for everything and
Oh.
calling men toxic, and not even recognizing the suicide rates among young men and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
By doing that, we're hurting ourselves, and I've been
Yeah.
seeing a lot more women talk about it. I don't know if this is something that you've seen as well, or I don't know. I think it's interesting.
I will say I'm not in like, since I'm married, I don't really watch a whole lot of that type of content.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
any of the manosphere stuff.
A
Like,
lot of it
it's just
is.
kind of not. It's a lot of uh information for single people. Gosh, can't tell what that is. Sorry. Get this. There's like a little hair or something.
Oh no. Is it Gus's hair?
It looks like it could be.
I get Gideon hair in everything.
it was a Gus hair.
Nice.
Uh,
But yeah,
but it's a lot of like marriage advice from single people.
yeah.
Just like, you should do this if you want this. And it's just like, okay, lead by example.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I like, with like me, like, that's why I like talking to X-Ray, is because X-Ray and I are both married. Like, we both have really good, like, healthy relationships from what I've talked to her about her marriage with Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yeah, like, we know what we're talking about. Like, I mean, I've been with my husband for almost 10 years, and we've never raised our voice at each other.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. And I think that's what's missing from the Manosphere Red Pill talk is like, there's so much of this, well, you gotta, like.
I do tell you to shut the fuck up, but in a loving way.
It's because I love you, honey.
He's like, you raise your voice at me when you tell me to shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, but it's like a play. Shut the fuck up. It's like
Well, I mean, if he really does need to shut the fuck up, then I mean, you got to tell him that, right? No, I'm kidding. Totally
exactly.
kidding.
No, I think that you don't have to be abrasive to be considered strong.
Oh, 100%.
And I think that's where a lot of women have that kind of misconstrued right now, is like, you don't have to be a hard ass to be like seen as like I had people I am like, me, Max.
Mm-hmm.
I am 5 foot nothing, and I had somebody come up to me and tell me that like I was intimidating to them at a convention. I was just like, what?
That's hilarious. I love it. But it's how you carry yourself, You have confidence.
There's a difference between confidence and ego.
Yeah. And honestly, I see confidence as not more intimidating, but it comes with more strength.
It's a different type of glow.
Yeah, and I would say it's actually stronger. Like, women tend to actually show more strength when they have kind of a quiet confidence than this arrogance and narcissism that comes with the girl boss, like quote unquote girl boss, like attitude and nature. And it's real, like you said, it's really abrasive and it's unlikable. No one wants to talk to that person,
It's very unlikable.
So I love Josh. He goes, "I said it with love. Now shut the fuck up," says Kara.
Yes. I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And good morning, Mark McGrath. He says, "Who's down with MVP? You know me, brother. It is always good to see you. Thank you for being here."
Hi, Achilles. Good morning.
So yeah, I agree that I think with the Manosphere stuff, especially from some of these guys like your Tates, your Andrew Tates, have this like preachy message of money, cars, bitches, drugs, success. And it's like, what? And it's really impressionable amongst young men. But like you said, Kara, if it were coming from a married man, those wouldn't even be on his mind. The things that a married man would consider successful and building like a legacy would be starting a family, being loyal to your wife, being loyal to a community, serving your country, like honorable, noble things that have nothing to do with money, cars, bitches,
and
like
bitches.
Yeah, exactly. And yet no one wants to listen to those guys because they don't find that successful.
No.
And that's what's really sad, is because
they see fame as successful.
Yes, yeah. Or power, because if you have power...
Fame, power, desirability.
Yeah.
That's what they see as successful.
Now, do you think that young men and women... And I mean, maybe you don't see it all that often because you aren't in like the Manosphere, Red Pill, like stuff much. but do you think that young men and women could probably sometime soon wake up to the realization and go like, you know what? No, the most important thing to me right now is really just kind of settling down and finding like starting a family, you know, having our job and just kind of like, s- uh, maybe create, having kids or maybe being successful in our jobs, but loving each other in like, husband and wife, being faithful to each
Yeah.
other. I don't know. I
Because
just,
like there are couples like my husband and I who aren't interested in having kids.
correct, right.
So like that what we think is like important to us is having the experiences that we want to have and being comfortable in our day-to-day lives
Hmm.
and being sure that we are just kind of like just making sure we're there for each other is the biggest thing. Because I mean, I couldn't even have kids if I wanted to because of all my health issues.
Right.
Um, so and that was a discussion that we had like a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
And like, if we get down the line where we're like, okay, well, maybe we do want to like continue the legacy. I just like we'll adopt,
And
but
yeah, and I think like um the I was listening to someone the other day and I forget who it was, but they were talking about maybe it was, yeah, shoot, I forget what like, because it was either on Instagram or Twitter or one of those, but he was basically talking about how so many times he'll like walk into like living in LA, you'll walk into a shop, you'll like do your thing, pick up your thing, get out, won't say anything to the person behind the counter, just like grab your dry cleaning and leave, or grab your food and leave, and just get in the car, go to the next place. You're like constantly going back and forth. And then
yeah.
he moved to, or like he went to Texas or he went to North Carolina or something like that, and he'd walk in and people immediately were like, "Hey, how's your day going?" And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
fine," and then would just leave. And after a while, he got used to having the conversations with people of like, "Hey, how have you been? How's
And
your days going?
slowing
What's
down.
yeah," and slowing down. And he was saying the one of the biggest reasons why we're here is to create relationships with people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so, I would have never found you or X-Ray, and we would have never, you know, uh, bonded and created a relationship if we didn't kind of go out of our comfort zone and say, let's all meet up in Dallas, or let's all do these live
Mm-hmm.
streams and stuff. And that's what I think is another thing that's super important is just
Yeah.
nurturing
It
those
makes
relationships.
life fulfilling without like having to make like to feel like you have to make a lot of money to have to for life to be fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just being able to like look forward to hanging out with you and X-Ray on the weekends, like spending my Sunday mornings with y'all always
Oh.
makes me so happy.
Oh. I'm so glad to hear that. Cause yeah, I forgot to, or maybe I mentioned it a little earlier, but I was like, yeah, I definitely needed to paint and be with you guys for today because like I I've been way too in my head the past 2 days, and I was like, I just need to get
Mm-hmm.
behind the paintbrush and you know just go to town. So let me go ahead and see. So earlier Josh had said, I get being annoyed with the onslaught of the alphabet mafia coming from someone who. No, I'm kidding. He says, but the people getting so bent out of shape because there's a they them option need to freaking chill. He goes, now if you were forced to play as they them character, I'd understand the
Mm-hmm.
uproar. But from my perspective, the peeps freaking out are kind of showing their colors. Uh oh, I lost him. Uh, they are. They're mad it's there in general. And then Cajun says, one of the things I've noticed how many people blew up at this because mostly quiet on Hogwarts Legacy and their woke stuff in it. One of the things I've noticed how many people blew up at this was mostly quiet on Hogwarts Legacy. Uh yeah, I guess so. Like, well, I think one of the things I've seen was like people were calling out Hassan because, you know, Hassan was like, "Oh, I'm not going to play that game on my stream. It's just, you know, I'm not going to support that nonsense." And but
Mm-hmm.
then when Az came out with his thing, Hassan had no problem like ripping into him. Is that kind of what you mean,
Yeah.
Corey? Like that kind of hypocrisy, I guess.
Yeah, there is a lot of hypocrisy in it, and people are really starting to kind of take notice of it a lot more now,
Mm.
especially with these such very loud topics. I'm just tired of it's like it's an all or nothing mentality that's just it's exhausting and it's honestly just unobtainable.
Yeah, I think you put it perfectly when you say it's exhausting. It is very tiring, especially if you have like a YouTube career in pop culture, culture war stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are really good at it, and it doesn't really affect them. But I've I've tried to go months at a time discussing culture war stuff, or being a culture war channel where basically just talking about comics and culture war stuff. But like you said, you get burnt out quick. At least I do.
And the more you talk about it, the more you're seeking out that topic. So
Mm.
it's becoming more prevalent. The more, like the way I put it is like it's like whenever you get a new car. You're just like, oh, like this is my car. Like I see this, like, and you just start seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, right.
And to me, it's just not the kind of way. It's not the way I want to live my life. Like
Yeah,
I want to enjoy and not just be seeking out the negativities
yeah.
that are there. Like I just want to have fun and play video games and live my life, and that's all I want.
Yeah, and I think that's why so many people get upset about the culture wars, because they have that similar mindset, is like, hey, I just want to read comics, or I just want to play video games, or I just want to watch movies. And yet
And
they,
then it's you see it there.
yes, and then it's like, oh my God, now I can't unsee it. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what's really difficult, is like going back to this kind of blissful ignorance. But it's
Mm-hmm.
also like, do you want to be blissfully ignorant? Because there are parts of me that's like, do I want, I've kind of been, not tainted, but like once you see it, you like you
It's
said,
there.
it's that new car where it's like, oh my God, that guy has a Ford, that guy has a Ford, that guy has a Ford, and you start to see it more
Mm-hmm.
often. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. I get it. I get why people are, because I
Sick of
even,
it.
yeah, because even I still see that stuff and I go, oh my God, I am so tired of this bullshit. But yeah, it's at some point there are days like this where I just go, I'm just gonna paint my models. I don't care.
Yep.
So
Yeah, and I want to be there to support my friends and stuff, but there are times where I'm just like, yeah, this isn't my battle.
yeah, that was uh that was kind of when I saw the Az clip, I was like, I'm gonna stay far, 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 far away from this one, because I don't do video games, and this is not my fight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that's also great. Like it's great because that's why we have this fellowship, is because though it may not be my fight, we have a ton of other people that were posting about it and making videos about it and
Mm-hmm.
discussing it and
Yeah.
having really good conversations about it. So in that regard, I'm like, oh yeah, people are going to cover this, and that's totally fine, and I don't need to be in the mix. So um,
Yeah. It's just I just want to play my games
Yeah.
and like I have like I of course have a conflict of interest because my best friend worked on the game.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's cool though.
So like my best friend works there. And so it's just like no, I know what went into this game. Like I know like some of the backstory into the development for it a little bit. Like not a whole lot, but like I've heard like my fair share of stories and I'm just like, like I I'm gonna enjoy it whether other people like it or not.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't care. I don't have to agree with people on everything.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
hello, Jacob.
by the way, I turned on chat. I turned on some lo-fi beats on my stream. So I know Kara's got hers going. If you guys could give me a heads up as to if it's too loud or if it's not loud enough, because I'm trying to find a good balance of where we can hear Kara, but we can also hear some music. I don't want to drown her out with like great. Like I don't want to not be able to hear her
I mean,
because
I
of
wouldn't blame you.
music. Your husband's like, Max, just drown her out with music. It doesn't matter. She's fine.
just let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Uh,
Nobody's gonna know.
you're like, I wonder why Max isn't like responding to my questions, my comments. What's going on, Jacob Ironside? Thanks for being here, man. Anonymous says, it's hard to live your life and have fun when they don't want you to have fun. They are actively ruining your fun. And see, yeah, that's the thing, Anonymous. Hello to you and hail, good morning. Yeah, I think I think that's why it's so difficult for people to like find that balance of like I want to be able to have fun, but so many of my things have been ruined. It's like, oh, I want to watch Star Wars. Can I, after what they've done with all the shows and all the retcons and all the, like from literally Disney, like calling out fans and saying like y'all are all racists and bigots. It's like, can I enjoy this thing anymore? So I totally understand Anonymous. It's really frustrating.
And the sad thing is, it's not all just from one side. There are even people like on our side that are just like, yeah, you shouldn't enjoy this. And I'm just like, like if somebody does enjoy it, power to them. But don't go out of your way to be like enjoying it bad.
Yeah, I think there are moments like, because I've said, hey, if you enjoy this movie or whatever, totally fine, you can enjoy it. But to say that it's like objectively good is wrong. So I'll take the hit on that one because I have said things like that before where I'll say like, hey, it's love what you love. I will never stop you from liking what you enjoy, but you will never convince me that like this product is good, or this product is like skill.
It's not God tier.
Right. And so, or like, it's not for me, but I'm glad you enjoy it type of thing.
Yes, exactly. I think that's the best way to word it. It's like, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You had your reasons to enjoy it. Cool. I had my reasons not to.
And...
Sorry, I'm like...
Oh, you're...
in details right now, ish.
If you're in the zone, that's fine, because I'm gonna read some of these comments. We also have Sean Diego Garcia Pole. Man, that's quite a name. He says, "Good day. That's Cadian. It is a Cadian. This is a Cadian shock troop from the what is it? I think the Cadian like box set that they released not too long ago. So like I said, right now it's super messy, but we're just laying down base coat, so it's all good." We have Woad Warrior saying, "The world we live in is a lot like Camelot. 'Tis a silly place."
Yes.
Yes, very much so. Josh says, yes, the all or nothing mentality is grating and makes people not want to participate in communities or the things they love. Yeah, but the thing with that, Josh, is, and we've talked about this too before, is like, the if you don't go all or nothing, if you have nuance to what you're talking about, and if you have any type of like, you know, reasonableness to your conversational tone, it does, like, the YouTube algorithm won't pick it up, or your arguments won't be seen as valid, or you won't be able to make that big of waves within, a conversation, because people want the all or nothing. Because if I come out and I say, well, I can understand this side and I can understand this side, people will be like, oh, you're just a fucking fence sitter and you're this and you need to pick a side, and but a lot of the times just being kind of practical about it is really tough, and a lot of people don't want that. So
yeah, and it makes it very difficult, especially whenever you're on like I was always the mediator in my family.
Yeah.
Like always, I was always the mediator. I was always the person who was just like, all right, you guys just need to fucking talk this shit out. Like,
keep the peace.
I'm gonna sit you over here.
Yep.
I'm gonna sit you here, and you're gonna sit there. Don't interrupt while this person says their piece. Like,
yeah. And
I was the middle kid. I was always the mediator growing up. So.
Oh yeah, do you have siblings?
Yes,
Okay.
I have quite a few.
Oh wow.
Well, I've got. I guess all of my siblings are half siblings, but I've got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Oh, that's right. Okay, nice. Are you closest? Like, are you closer with one more than the other?
Yeah, with my sisters, I'm a lot closer to, because I mean with my I've got my 2 sisters and then my older brother, because I grew up with them, and then I have my younger brother that I'm not very close with, that just because I didn't grow up with him. He was with my dad down in Texas. So I didn't meet him until I was a teenager. But with my sisters, I was with them growing up. So, yeah. I don't know. I've never. You're an only child, so you don't understand that.
I was just about to say, I've never really experienced what that would feel like, or know kind of that dynamic. But and even like my cousins, like I'm close with them, but not enough to call them like brothers or sisters. So I don't know. I've always wondered, like, oh, if I could have a sibling, what would I want, like a younger sister or an older brother or something like that. I kind of like being the only child.
Yeah, because you get all the attention.
Exactly. Why would you not want to be the only child? So
Potato Raid. Oh my God, there's a Jane theory in my chat. Jane, I miss you so freaking much.
Oh, hey Jane.
I missed you. Hi Ben. So Potato Raid, that means Mr. Pork Chop. Huh?
Nice.
I am so sad that I was not in the UK this week.
Aww.
I had FOMO like crazy because I was planning on going, and I was just like, I just can't. I can't justify it right now.
Yeah.
So I was like, ugh. But
totally understand.
I've enjoyed living vicariously through X-Ray Girl.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Pork Chop. I'm sad I wasn't there. I hope you guys had a great time, though. It did look like so much fun, didn't it, Jane? Hi, Sandy. Hi, Viper. So, I was so... the FOMO was real. That's all I'm gonna say.
Have you
Uh,
traveled overseas before?
I have not.
Ooh.
I've never gone. And that was like my biggest hesitation
Mm-hmm.
about the whole thing is because like my husband wouldn't have been able to go with me.
Yeah.
And I've never traveled really like that much without him. The only other time I'd been out of the country was to go to Mexico. Um, so it would be a completely different experience. I think I would prefer to have him there with me.
I agree. I feel like that's probably especially in London or especially overseas. Like, he needs to be there with you. Um,
Yeah.
and that's why
I see Lady Gravemaster in your chat.
I was just about to say, yeah, she just popped
I,
her head in and dropped a $10 super chat. Lady G, you are insane. Thank you so much for the 10. She says it's like a couple years back when I was told I wasn't a real fantasy fan because I don't like A Song of Ice and Fire books or a Game of Thrones show. Then season 8 of Game of Thrones happened and suddenly my never liking uh, George R. R. Martin's story was acceptable. She also says, I've got 4 siblings as well, wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm the middle two. Oh, I'm the middle
Mhm.
too, and if I wasn't starting the Inferno, I was putting them out for sure. I got
Yep.
blamed for a lot of stuff too, though. Interesting.
Oh, Lady G, I miss you. I really enjoyed meeting you in Dallas. Like
Oh,
that, like I think about y'all a lot actually.
Lady G
I was
is the
watching
best. Yeah.
some football last night that I have a
Yeah.
feeling that you were probably watching too.
Um. Yeah, Lady G and Master G both are the absolute sweetest, and they're
Yes.
like so much fun. And that night where we were at the bar hanging with all you guys was so much fun. Josh and Lady G and Kara and X-Ray and yeah, so that was such a blast. Um, so Lady G with your $10 super chat, what you're talking about here. So I will actually agree with you. I read A Song of Ice and Fire in college, and I didn't like it. I didn't like George's writing. I thought that the book was contrived. I thought I never was able to find a protagonist. I didn't find it interesting. And yet people were all like shitting on me for being like, "Well, watch the show. Why don't you like the show? You read the books, blah blah." And it never. I was just like, I don't know. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Okay. And then, like you said, all of a sudden, season 8 happened, and everyone was like, George R. R. Martin sucks. Or suddenly, or
Yeah.
what does she say then? Yeah, season 8 happened, and suddenly my never liking George's story was acceptable. So yeah, I
Of course.
totally get what you're saying, Lady G, and thank you again for the 10. That's very gracious of you. I
See.
I like what Woad Warrior says here. He says practicality and logic are the mortal enemies of emotional ideologies. Yeah.
Put down the ethics books. I've been watching enough. What have I been watching? I've been watching A Good Place.
What's that? A Good
So,
Place?
A Good Place. It is a show on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's basically these 4 people die, and they've been put into this world that is basically being called heaven. And there's like this big like plot twist, and it's a pretty fun show. I actually really enjoy it, but like the big thing is them trying to learn to be good people.
Mm.
And they talk about like ethics and like moral situations, and it's a really interesting show.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, gosh, I haven't watched like a
But it's a comedy.
Oh, okay. That sounded like a serious, like a drama type
No,
show.
it's a comedy.
Okay. Huh. All right.
I'm on the last season of it right now. I've been switching between that and Ozark.
Oh gosh, that's another one people keep saying like you gotta watch it.
It's been pretty good so far. I like it. Jason Bateman is kind of having like an existential crisis in the episode that I'm on right now.
Ooh.
So it's I personally have been enjoying it. I can only watch it in like little spurts though, because it is a really heavy show.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair. Josh
What have
says,
you been watching lately?
you know what? I realistically haven't really been watching much. Cause when I have been watching stuff, it's mainly been like YouTube. I've been kind of going through EFAP stuff, so like all Mahler's shows. I've had that on repeat for a while. And like just new shows that I wasn't able to watch back in like 2018, 2019. So rewatching some of those, and that's been really fun. But in terms of like streaming shows, like zero. But I mean, yeah. I wanted to say, Josh put in the chat that he is planning his Euro trip for next year. Josh, you'll have to let us know where you're going, man. That sounds awesome.
Yes.
Cajun says, I wouldn't know where to go if I were to leave the country. Dude, Italy. Drop the money and thank me later. It is worth it. Worth it.
I want to go to Japan.
Oh, okay. Why Japan?
I think the culture there is very interesting. There's a very rich history. I've always been interested in Japanese history.
Yeah.
Japanese mythology especially. And like their upbringing on respect for others.
Yeah.
I think is also something that could be utilized a little everywhere, a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I just think it'd be it's one that, and of course I'm a big nerd, so you know, anime.
Well, I was gonna say, think of the amount of Pikachus you could get.
I know.
That would probably be
So many Pikachus.
So many Pikachus, and they'd have even more meaning because they'd be like from Japan. So I think that'd be really cool.
As I have a Pikachu right here on my desk that my husband got me. It's a little it's a card that he got me for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
It's a little metal card.
I think last stream you showed me the metal ones that you have, or like the
yes,
copper and bronze and stuff like that. So. And
then of course, I have another Pikachu right here, a little stone Pikachu. I have Pikachus everywhere.
I don't blame you. Why wouldn't you? They're awesome. They're like little supportive Pikachus everywhere you go. Lady G says, I miss you too, Kara. We need to link up again soon.
Yes.
And
I'll let her know next time I'm back home.
Yeah, you guys are close.
Mhm.
And then I apologize if I'm getting your name incorrect here. Tyne Meritons? Tine Meritons? Says, hi all, this is the first time I'm joining the stream. Belgium here. Hey, that's cool.
Oh.
Well, thank you for joining us, and welcome from Belgium. That's awesome. They did cut Boromir's head off in Game of Thrones. Don't even get me started. Lady G says, I 100% went through the same thing. It was too deconstructive. I couldn't find a character to link up with Song of Ice and Fire. Yep. Lady G, you and I are on the same wavelength there. That was exactly my thoughts.
I still remember whenever I had read the books, and then like I still hadn't mentally prepared for the Red Wedding.
Oh my goodness.
And it still got me.
Oh
like I had read it and I knew it was coming, and I was like, God.
Seeing it.
I really liked Egret.
I don't know if I know who that is.
Jon Snow's redhead girl,
Oh, okay.
the wildling girl. She was the one I really liked. I didn't like her, um, the arc that they made her take, but I mean, she's a badass redhead. So
So naturally, you're like, I am also a badass redhead now.
wouldn't call myself that, but no,
Yeah,
there may have been some correlation.
I would. I'll call you a badass redhead. How about that? Honorary badass redhead. Um, Cajun says he wants to go to Japan as well. Nice. Same with Josh. And then Tyne says Italy, France, Germany, Scotland, Ireland. Heck, even the Netherlands. And Belgium, perhaps? Maybe.
Maybe.
Josh says he's watching Shameless right now. Have you ever watched that one, Kara?
I tried watching it a long time ago. I don't think I ever finished it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm trying to make it color.
The nice thing about having the streaming services, though, and, the one thing that's been really apparent about the writer's strike is the fact that, like, there is so much content. There is so many shows. There are so many shows. There are so many movies, so many different projects that, like, I haven't even touched yet. And, like, I almost don't need new content.
No, we don't. Not right now.
Right, yeah. So I hate to say it, but, like, there are things that I could be watching from years past. Like, I've never watched Buffy, never watched Angel. I want to watch both of those.
Yes.
Like, stuff like that where I'm like, there's so much good stuff that I just have not gotten a chance to do yet. So.
Yes. I've been watching, my husband and I have been watching Cobra Kai right now.
Oh, how are you guys liking that?
I like it so much more than I expected to.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Like, I like it so much more than I expected to. Because, like, I mean, I remember growing up with the Karate Kid, like, and it's one of those things where, like, I begged my parents to let me do karate whenever I was younger, but they wouldn't let me. So, like, I was like, okay, this is just awesome. Like, I really wanted to do karate growing up. Like, I was a small kid. Like, I got picked on.
Sure.
So I always wanted to do it, but it's such an interesting show, and it's just a really fun one. I really like it.
I have heard nothing but good things about it, which means that, yeah, though it, like, because initially I just thought, I've never seen the original movie, and I, don't really know anything about the show, so I don't think it would be for me, but, from what all of our friends within, our YouTube community talk about, they're like, oh no, this is awesome. Like, you have to watch this thing.
Even if you haven't watched the original movies, like, it has some good flashbacks and stuff.
Okay.
So it provides context. But I do think that having watched the originals does help with that nostalgia a lot.
Well,
yeah, I like it. We've been watching that and Suits.
And what?
Suits.
Oh yeah,
It's a lawyer show.
Yeah, I've heard that one has had, like, crazy amounts of watch hours.
Yeah, it has.
Which is cool.
Like, it's like breaking records, I think.
Yeah. All right, so I'm hoping that I forget. So on all my previous Cadians, I forget if I've been using Reichland Fleshshade or the Agrax Earthshade wash. So, chat, wish me luck, and hopefully this is the right one. I'm pretty sure it is, but just in case, I'm just going to try this guy. and hopefully it comes out the right color and texture that I want. And if so, then we shall proceed. But when I say heavy wash, I mean like I am just dumping. I might as well just be like putting
Not
the
a
model
trickle.
in the bottle, yeah, and just like dumping it. So we'll see.
Okay, Lady G, I'll keep an eye out for your DM. And yes, I agree. The best part about Suits is Harvey and Donna's relationship. Donna is the absolute best part of that show. Like, she is my favorite. And she's also a badass redhead.
Ooh, look at that. Okay. What's been your favorite hair color to have?
Ooh. Probably the red. I mean, I always had fun with it. The blonde was a lot of fun, but I think the red suits me a little bit more.
Well, blondes do have more fun, right? Isn't that what they always say?
Yes. No.
Oh.
I mean, sometimes. It depends.
Yeah, do you feel like more, do you feel more confident, more like spicy with the red?
I feel like I did with the blonde.
Oh, okay. Red,
But
do you feel
I
more
just-
natural?
Yeah, I feel a little bit more natural with the red.
Okay. Man, my camera just does not want to. I'm going to move this out of the way and see if that helps. What other...
Not wanting to focus.
Yeah. What other colors have you done? Have you done a blue before? You can be honest.
I don't think I've done blue. I've done bright pink, like a pale pink.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
That was whenever I first got out of hair school.
Okay.
Trying
something different.
Pale, yeah. I'd done some pink. I had done, like a really, like deep purple. But it was more of like just highlights. It was just kind of low. Well, I guess it was low lights. That was fun.
I like that a lot. Like purple with brunette hair or purple with blonde hair?
Yeah, purple with brunette hair.
I like
so
that
like
a lot, yeah.
I had like kind of deep purple like dimension in my hair. It was a lot of fun. That was whenever I graduated high school.
Nice.
And what else have I done? I've done like red, like black and red hair.
Ooh, nice.
That was in high school.
Hell yeah.
I've really haven't. I mean, my hair used to be really, really short. Like I could like spike the back if I wanted to.
Oh my goodness.
It was really, really short. I didn't start growing my hair in like really until oh god, 2013 I think is when I really started growing my hair out, and I haven't really cut it much since.
Did you just like the feeling of having it shorter, or did you like the look of it? Because
I liked both. I liked the short hair, just because. But then I realized that it was easier to take care of longer hair.
Oh, it's easier to take care of longer hair.
Yes.
Whoa.
Because you can just kind of put it up in a ponytail and call it good.
Yeah. I guess that's true. Whereas like with short hair, you'd probably have to like style it or do something with it.
Yes. Yeah. If your hair was short, like, and it was off by even just a little bit, it was noticeable. I'm gonna go grab me a Dr. Pepper real quick. I will be right back.
All right, I will be here. Josh says, Max, I'm taking my pre-workout. You know what that means. Insert Ultimate Warrior gif here. Dude, get after it, Josh. Have a good workout. If you listen to us, you'll fall asleep because this is our like chill stream. So, yeah, put on some metal. Go get your workout in, brother. And Cajun says, going to walk the dog. I'll be back if y'all are still live. Sounds good, Cajun. Thanks for being here. Enjoy walking the old puppers.
Dog, are you coming in, Gus? Come on.
Oh, Gus. Anonymous says, haven't seen Karate Kid, lost some nerd points. Ah, no, that's okay. Oh, you mean, oh, you're
Fail.
saying, I haven't seen Karate Kid, I lost some nerd points. That's fair. You know what? That's okay.
Fail.
It is a fail. I will totally accept that one.
Now, I gotta ask, since you're a huge Warhammer nerd, are you gonna look at getting... Oh, hi, Gus. Are you gonna look at the Warhammer game?
Space
Have you
Marine
seen
2?
the newest? It's whatever the newest one is. It looks really cool. It looks like Gears of War-ish,
Oh.
but Warhammer.
I mean, you know what I will do is I'll probably live vicariously through Lady G, because I know that she plays Warhammer games.
Oh yeah, she just typed. She's like Space Marines too.
Yeah, I think it's Space Marine 2. At least that's the one that they came out with the new trailer for. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks amazing, and they've shown some of the gameplay, and
It looks so good.
yes, it looks beautiful. Relatively, because the 41st millennium, where everything is death and war, it can only look so beautiful. But still, the graphics are just unbelievable. The gameplay looks really fun. So yeah, Lady G, I'll probably live vicariously through you if that's all right.
Do it.
What about you? Do you think you'd ever play like something like that? Didn't X-Ray play something like Vermintide or some sort of Warhammer?
Yes. Yes, she has. I have not played any of the Warhammer games before.
Okay.
It's... I don't know. So I really don't know anything about Warhammer other than like what I've learned through you.
Sure.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'll play it. I think just gameplay wise, since it looks somewhat similar to Gears of War, I will probably enjoy it. So I might give it a shot. I know my husband is interested in it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, well, if he does end up playing it, yeah, you can probably hop on and see if it's something you're interested in.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, a lot of my friends will say the same thing, where they're like, I don't really know much about Warhammer other than like kind of what you've introduced me to. And that's totally fair, because it is really tough to get into, and it's really tough to even know where to start. So for a lot of people, the video games is like perfect. So
yeah, and I really enjoyed the Gears of War games. So if it has any similarities gameplay style, I'll probably like it.
Cool.
So what's your game plan for the day? What you got going on today?
That's a good question. So no church this afternoon. That's why I was able to go a little bit later this morning, and give us some time to kind of sleep in and chill for a little bit. But I think ultimately I will get ready for my stream this evening, and then do some meal prep, chores around the house, and maybe work on a paper I have to do for next week. But that has yet to be seen. So
Decided.
yeah, yet to be decided on that one, unfortunately. But so yeah, yesterday was kind of a wash, so I'm gonna try and be more productive today, but we'll see. What about you? It sounds like you guys are gonna have pancakes or waffles in a little bit.
Oh, my husband already made them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he already made them earlier.
Good deal.
I'm not hungry, so I didn't eat any.
Oh.
But they're sitting on the counter for whenever I am ready. We have a new bed being delivered tomorrow, so I need
Ooh.
to. Yes, we went and got us a sleep number bed.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for that.
are those the ones that like you'll be able to move individually of each other?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I like beds a little bit on the softer side, and he likes them more on the firmer side.
Okay.
So us being able to adjust that will be very nice.
Yes. To have it kind of custom to what you're looking for.
Yes. So I need to get some cleaning done. Any rearranging if we decide we want to rearrange the bedroom at all.
Yeah.
Probably watch some football.
Oh yeah, that's right. Today's football.
Yeah, NFL's back.
Yeah. Do you guys watch that
So-
through YouTube, or how do you guys watch the football?
I use my brother's YouTube TV.
Smart. Good call. Well, yeah, I mean, getting a new bed, you know what that means. You got to break it in. So.
Hey now, this is a PG stream, sir.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying that you guys are going to have to watch football in the bed so you can know, like, if it's, good enough. So.
We don't have a TV in the bedroom. So.
I was gonna say something else, but never mind. Honestly, yeah, it's probably smart because then you guys can just watch it in the living room and like leave your bedroom solely for other activities, like sleeping.
Like sleeping
Yeah.
and cuddling.
Yes, exactly. Nothing else.
Did you hear him?
What did he say?
He says, "And doing it."
Oh my god. Well, there you go. I wasn't gonna say anything. No, I'm kidding. I was implying. I was alluding to it.
You implied, but
But sometimes,
Boys are boys.
boys are boys. Load Warrior says,
Oh my god.
Max, you'd like Captain, now Lieutenant Titus. He's an Ultramarine, but it looks like his time with the Death Watch and him hanging out with Black Templars, his chainsword is his gauntlet. Ooh, he's the killing machine, or protagonist of Space Marine 1 and 2. Yo, okay. I will have to check that out then, because he chains his sword to his gauntlet in their style. I'm down with that, man. And why have I... Yeah, I was going to say, I've heard that name before. Captain Titus. There's another Ultramarine who I was reading in the Ultramarine Omnibus. And I think it was like Lieutenant or Captain something, but I forget his name. And I didn't know if that was the same guy, if they had used the same guy for some of the novels as they did for the video game. But that sounds awesome, Wood. I may have to look into that now. So is it still raining there for you, Kara? Like, is it going to be...
It is overcast.
Okay.
Looks like it's finally stopped raining, though.
Because, yeah, I was going to say...
I mean, I didn't plan on leaving the house today.
Those are the best days.
Yep, it is a sweatpants and just a lazy kind of day.
Oh, yeah.
Probably go back to the couch and play some Starfield here soon.
Oh, nice.
I've really been itching to play it.
Did you guys do No Man's Sky this week? No
We
Mama
did
Sky?
not because she's still gone.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And what was I doing? I think I was playing Starfield.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I haven't streamed Starfield at all yet. I've just kind of been enjoying it on my own.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think we need those moments every now and then where it's like, I find this a lot with comic books, is that not necessarily everything needs to be made into content. You know,
Yep.
some of the stuff that we do just needs to be for enjoyment and for fun. It's tough to do, though, because a lot of times I'll be reading a book or, painting models or something and being like, oh man, this would be such a great video, or like, oh, I could make something, and then I gotta kind of stop myself and go, nope, just enjoy it.
This is
Just
me time.
yep, yeah, exactly. This is not content time. This is just me enjoying my hobby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really important to save stuff for yourself, because I mean you start whenever you get to that grind, you're just in constant work mode,
Yeah.
and it kind of takes the passion out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I was planning on streaming this, and then my husband was like, you probably should just play it and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I'm gonna do that.
There you go.
He has good ideas every once in a while.
Every now and then, we'll give him that. Every now and
I'll
then.
give him that one.
Yeah. Just a couple ideas here and there that might be worth a while.
What did you say, honey? They all heard it, is what he said.
He's like, every now and then.
Yep.
I was gonna say, if not, because we were talking about, being out of the country or whatnot. If not Japan, have you and your husband talked about any other places that you guys would think would be pretty interesting, or like, honeymoon spot? I mean, I know you guys are already married, but still, like, you could call it honeymoon locations, like something you guys would really want to go to or are passionate or interested about.
I would really like to go to, well, I know he doesn't want to go back to the desert, but I want to go to Egypt.
Egypt? Whoa, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always had a fascination with Egyptian history as well.
Okay.
Like, I have books on, like, Egyptian mythology and history, and it's like that with Greek mythology as well.
Oh, yeah, Greek mythology is really cool.
So, like, I look at it from wanting to see those areas, those places. Of course, like, I guess I do really want to go see New Zealand as well, just because of how, just like, the rolling hills, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings.
And Lord of the
You
Rings,
can go to
of
the
course.
Shire, yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of those trips, people tend to go like, oh, I want to go to the Bahamas, or I want to go to, Jamaica, or like kind of more vacation destination beach spots. But I much more prefer history like locations, like where,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, if you go to Egypt, you're gonna go on like tours and travel around different, I don't know, tombs and like cool stuff like that, where you're like constantly learning. So I think that would ultimately be like a really fun experience, and that to me would be considered technically like a vacation. But
Yes, to me that would be considered a vacation.
yeah.
I would love that.
Yes, thank you, Wode. Uriel Ventress, that's right. That's who I was thinking of, but I didn't know if he was in the video games or if they just kind of put him in the books. Either way, I like his characterization a lot. It's very realistic in terms of military prowess. Like, seems like he knows what he's doing. So, okay, where do I want to start with this guy? Are there any other
I'm in focus mode, sorry.
No, you're good. Are there any other, we'll say, any other video games that are coming out that you know of that you're interested in or that you're excited for?
I think I'm looking forward to the Assassin's Creed Mirage. I think that one will be cool, because that kind of goes off of, I think it's off of like Middle Eastern.
Oh, nice.
think could be interesting. And then there's I dropped something. And then there's a game called Blue Protocol that looks interesting. It looks like it's going to be an MMO type game with some good combat mechanics in it. So, very different games for very different reasons.
What made... So I think you're talking about... oh, shoot. Now I'm going to blank on what it was called. Oh, no. We were talking about Space Marine, and you said it was very similar to...
Gears of War.
Gears of War, yes, thank you. What makes Gears of War good, and why do you enjoy playing? Is it like the gameplay is very dynamic, or is it because the gameplay is just really like powerful, where it's like these huge like warrior, kind of soldiers are just shooting massive blaster guns into aliens and stuff? Like what makes...
I mean, chainsaw guns are really fun.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Yeah, so Gears of War was fun, but the story was actually really interesting too.
Oh wow, okay.
I mean, just kind of learning about the alien species that you've been fighting, and it's a really brutal game.
Hell yeah. That's rad.
That
Yeah.
and the combat's just really satisfying.
And I feel like that's what we're gonna get a lot with this new Space Marine game, from at least what it looks like. Killing those like gigantic bugs just looks very satisfying and pleasing with...
Yes.
At least from what it looks like.
That looks very fun.
I was looking at my model. I don't know if you have this issue with Gus, but I was looking at my model, and there seemed to be like a dent or like a scrape or scratch or something on it, and I was like, what the heck? How did that get there? Like I know for a fact that I clean my models before I paint them. Like I take off mold lines, and I make sure that there aren't any holes or anything like that. And I looked at it and I was like, that's Gideon's tooth. Like, that's for sure a Gideon bite. He for sure, like, my little cat, probably in the middle of the night, bit my model and tried to eat him, and now I have a big chunk out of him. So, don't know if Gus does that.
God.
But
no, Gus does not. Gus doesn't do anything. He's so lazy. Like, I could leave food on the counter or on the coffee table and he won't touch it.
Wow. Even for food, I feel like he'd want to get up and do something, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't deal with any type of minor inconveniences. Like, he got stuck the other day. Like, so in our couch is kind of like a U, and we had our coffee table, and my blankets were kind of like draped over to the side to where it was kind of blocking the path between like the coffee table and the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And he like got he wouldn't walk through it because it was something obstructing his path.
Oh my
and
god.
he wouldn't walk through it. And so he started back up. Like, this is a dog that, like, will, like, even if, like, my door to my office is, like, lightly cracked, he won't push through the door. He will sit there until you come and open the door for him.
What an absolute goober. That is so wild. Oh my gosh. He's like
a mess.
He
cracks me up.
Mom, could you get this for me? What are we doing here? Are we can you let me in? You're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess I mean, I guess he deserves it.
Yes.
'Cause he just seems like such a lovable character.
Lady G, I got your DM. I will message you back later today.
Oh, good.
Oh. And Cliff, hello. Thank you for tuning in both on YouTube and on Rumble.
Oh, nice. Yeah, how's the Rumble setup been? Like, do you find it pretty easy to stream to the other platform?
It could be a little bit more streamlined.
Okay.
It definitely needs some more fine tuning. I think once they get the static IPs in and the static stream key, I think it'll help a lot with just ease of access.
Yeah.
Because right now it's just kind of it's kind of tedious to have to go in and put in a new stream key for your live stream every single time.
Oh, okay.
So it's just tedious. Luckily, I can just kind of copy paste like all of like the title and the description and all that kind of stuff from my YouTube setup.
Yeah.
But the actual like having to go into Streamlabs and input the ingest server and the stream key is tedious. So
Yeah, it's just that extra bit that could be more streamlined, I guess.
I know they're working towards it too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they definitely are. They're gonna get there. It's just gonna take some time to get there.
I think it's good that, they're trying all these things out now, because later they will either fix all this stuff or at least make it more like I said, streamlined, or the user interface will be a little bit more friendly, or so. Well, I mean, I've never
Get there.
Yeah, I've never used their stuff, so I can't really say. I think I have a Rumble profile. I don't know, but I gotta go back and check. But yeah, even if
It definitely has potential.
I mean, I'm hoping, because we don't want too much of a monopoly on all these different, or on one just gigantic streaming platform, and we've seen that a lot of people are leaving Twitch right now.
Yep.
Even like Moist Critical, who, like, I don't really know him much other than some of his YouTube videos, but like the dude he's like a big name apparently on Twitch.
Yeah.
And even he's like, yeah, like, I think I'm just gonna start streaming on YouTube now. So I don't know who else has been doing that, but it feels like there's a lot of people moving.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I hope it ends up well for people. Twitch has kind of gone downhill since the Amazon buyout. But I mean, it partially is everybody wants to be a streamer now. So it's a lot of the same stuff that you're seeing over and over again.
That's a big thing right now, is
I think... And Twitch never mastered discoverability. That is the biggest thing, is that they never figured out the discoverability aspect like what YouTube has.
And even YouTube, it's tough to get discovered because of just how many videos and channels and hours and hours and hours of content. Like if you were to look up how many hours of content are published on YouTube a day, even just like an hour, it's thousands and thousands and thousands. So to be able to, I think, when you put it in perspective, like I think Twitch said that 95 or 99% of all creators have like less than 5 people watching or something.
Yeah.
So when you think about how many people are actually just on Twitch, I mean, yeah, and then you take that over to YouTube, and it's like, I'd say even 10 times that.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's why I appreciate my 9 people that are here on YouTube right now.
Hey, hell yeah. All you guys over on YouTube that are watching us, we greatly appreciate it, and
Yes.
we do not take you guys for granted, because this is why we do this stuff. So
Yeah. I mean, I do it so I can spend my Sunday morning with Max and X-Ray, but you know, y'all are just a bonus.
I honestly even
Bonus hole.
oh I'm so glad I get to be a bonus hole for you.
You're not a bonus hole, Max.
um
What did you say? My husband says he could be. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Did you
I
ever
guess
think
so.
that I would ever say that to you? My husband said you could be a bonus hole.
I'm honored.
He says he believes in you.
Thank you. If I really just, believe it to be true, maybe one of these days.
Someday.
Yeah. I mean, with
Oh my god.
with modern surgeries and technologies, like, yeah, they could give me a bonus hole,
Anything is possible.
which is so frightening, but yeah. Gosh.
I'm not repeating that.
I think I heard something, but I won't say what I think I heard.
Yeah, I'm not repeating that.
I was gonna say.
Oh my god, freaking boys.
Oh, I'm blanking on what I was gonna. What were we talking? Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Even if we didn't have a great audience, I think this live stream honestly just stemmed from, like, X-Ray and I were building and painting separately, and we were just kind of doing it on our off time. And then I think she said, like, oh, you can, like, hop on Discord and we can, like, talk, like, kind of like a phone call. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. So we started doing it together and realized, hey, this would be a great opportunity for, like, people to join in on our conversations, and we could live stream it. So exactly like you said, Kara, this was actually something that stemmed from, hey, do you want to just get together and paint some models and talk and hang out? And the bonus hole, quote unquote, was having the audience, having you guys in chat come and hang out with us too, and give us tips.
You hear that, chat? You're the bonus hole.
Yeah, I'm not the bonus hole. You guys are. I hear your husband laughing. Chat, do you feel honored that you guys are the bonus hole of our live stream? It's pretty high praise, right?
Oh my god.
All right, I think that is all of these guys inked. At least they should be. Did I miss this?
I remember the last time I made my husband laugh like that.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Isn't that guys, you hear that? We got Kara to make her husband just die laughing. That's awesome. See, women are
He's
funny.
like, that's going on the quote of the day board.
Okay.
He's like, did you really just say that?
What? That chat is the bonus hole?
Yes. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Too funny. Whew, well, I think that's 6. Yeah, that's 6 guys. Painted, inked. Now the only thing I have to do to finish them up is put on their last layers once they're... Oh, and paint all the, like, metal and black pieces. So, like, their boots and all their weapons. And I think they're done.
I did not get that far today. I guess I got some details done. I'm just kind of doing some cleaning right now. making sure there's no bleed over from some of the areas.
Nice. That's always so tough, is like when you're actually doing the final touches and you're, if it's a belt on fabric, you want the color to only be on the belt and not the fabric, and vice versa. So like you don't want the blue to be on the brown and the brown to be on the blue, is from what at least I'm
exactly
seeing.
what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah. I'm watching your stream. I'm seeing how steady that hand is. So, Anonymous says, "I've been called a certain kind of hole before, but not a bonus hole." I like that. Where did my... Oh, did I put it over? What the heck? Maybe Gideon stole it. Oh.
Cat thief.
If you guys could get another pup or like another animal, what do you guys think it would be?
English bulldog.
So just another Gus?
Gus is an American bulldog.
Oh, so what's the difference between the English and American?
The English ones are a little bit shorter. They're more squat. They kind of have a more smushed face.
Oh, okay.
They're probably just about as lazy as Gus is.
Perfect. Bless you.
Oh, thank you. But they're just weird and quirky, and I just like how squat they are. They're just so short and fat and
I love it.
Cute.
Yeah, those are actually a girl I dated while I was still in the Marine Corps. She had, I think it was an English bulldog. And she loved the hell out of that thing. And honestly, he was pretty freaking cute. I thought I was gonna be like, ugh, this thing is disgusting. It's slobbering and snorting and snoring and fat and ugly. But then I actually, I grew to like him. I grew to like him a lot. So.
I love dogs.
Josh for $4.99.
All I know is I don't need it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go for it. Go.
Oh, Josh for $4.99 says, honestly, I've come to find Sunday mornings very relaxing with y'all. I'm typically doing laundry, cleaning, etc., but also hanging out with friends. Thank you. Oh, dude, that is so sweet. And thank you, man. Seriously. You did not need to, send in the $4.99, but I'll call it for the $5, even though it's a cent short. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, seriously, man, that's what I think we hope to do, is just hang out with you guys in the morning and get to have fun with our hobbies and just kind of talk whatever's on our mind, right?
Yeah, that's what I really enjoy.
Salty says, draw me like one of your French girls, Max. Draw you like one of my French bulldogs, or...
I do love me some French bulldogs. They're so cute.
Good to see you, though, Salty. What are the... there's this kind of like... You may know what it is, but it's a dog that has like kind of a pug bulldog look to it. It's like the size of a pug, but it has kind of a bulldoggy smushed face. Are those French bulldogs, Frenchies?
Yes.
Okay. Those things are like thousands of dollars, right?
I don't know.
I thought there was.
I don't pay for dogs.
Oh, you just do rescues?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Even though I probably would pay for a English bulldog.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I think...
This is going to be a good stopping point for the day.
I don't know where he went, but even for Gideon, I don't know if I tell him this, but yeah, I didn't pay for him either. I rescued him, but I would have paid for him, like you said.
Yeah, Gus just kind of fell into our lap. He was just perfect.
Josh, I'm not that dumb. Come on. He says, Max, please tell me you get that reference. Yes, of course. It's from Predator. No, I'm kidding. It's from Titanic. When she's like, paint me like one of your French girls to Leo DiCaprio, right? Yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah. Oh well.
It's
Boxers.
gonna look so good.
Salty says boxers rock. That's cool.
Boxers are tall. Boxers have a lot of energy.
They do. They do. Man, that looks amazing, Kara. That looks so good.
Getting there.
I think I might actually like this one more than your turtle.
Still have a lot of details to do, and I still got to get the face right. I need a good even coat for the face, and then I still have to do the rock that he's going to be jumping off of.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then I have the master sword that I still need to paint and prime, and then I still have the glider. So I still have a lot that I got to do.
Yeah. Man, this is going to be a project for you, but when it's finished,
Yeah.
it's going to look so freaking rad.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have all of like his gauntlets and stuff that I gotta paint too. I've got some arrows in here.
What's the color for the glider? Like, what's the color scheme for that?
It's going to be, I actually have a reference for that. It's one of the first pages in the book.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
It's gonna look like this. It's gonna be kind of purplish and red and yellow.
Let's see. Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
That's gorgeous.
so that'll be fun.
Nice.
One of it, because I've been looking for different like references and stuff for this thing, and I was like, oh, art book is gonna be perfect. And then I remembered I had this amiibo. I was like, okay, this is gonna be great too, because I can actually have a good view of his cape, because I haven't really been able to find a good view of it. And then the different, like, seeing what colors are part of the chainmail and that kind of stuff has been really nice to be able to actually, like, be able to just kind of turn him around and see. So.
Hell yeah, all the little details. I think I really like that purple on the cape, and I'm sure that's kind of the purple that's going to be on the flyer as well. Or sorry, not purple.
This is actually...
That's like more of a gray, yeah?
Yeah, this is more of a gray with some red and white and looks like kind of goldish accents.
Cool.
So I'll probably actually do that in like a nice metallic gold. That way it kind of shines. I think that would be kind of nice. To see if I can kind of integrate that into the glider a little bit. That way it carries over.
Yeah. I like that. It's tough to find a good gold, and it's tough to find a good purple. Like I still have not found like a good purple paint, and it took me a couple years to find like a good gold. I now use this one for my golds, Pro Acryl's Bright Gold, and it just smooth application, looks amazing, is like, to me, a really good gold that doesn't have like little metallic-y flakes in there. It just looks like a smooth, I don't know, like a smooth, almost armor gold. But
what is that? Bright gold? Okay. Yeah, I've got a few different golds. It's not a very good one. I mean, I have so many paints. And I do have a really good gold leaf that I need to need to find it. I don't know what I did with it. I think it's in the other craft room. So. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Looks like I've got $9.99 salty coming in hot with $1, and I can't tell if so on my streaming platform it just says a hamburger, but
yep, that's all it shows.
Okay, all right, that's kind of
it's a super sticker.
It's kind of what I thought. So. Well, thanks for the super sticker, Salty. I appreciate it. I wasn't sure if, he was just saying hamburger or if it's just legitimately a hamburger. So that's hilarious. But no, yeah, thanks for the super sticker, Salty. And I might actually get a burger to get today. That sounds fantastic.
Sounds so good.
Yeah.
I saw somebody post about burgers yesterday. I was like, that sounds fantastic.
What sounds really good?
A burger.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear the last part. Thank you for being here, Cajun, and have a great rest of your Sunday. And I think...
Yes, everybody have a great day.
I was going to say, I think we're probably going to wind down here because we're at around the 2-hour mark.
Yup. I need to get some food in me soon.
Yes. And I don't know if it's socially acceptable. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here. So I don't know if I can get a hamburger just yet, but maybe later later today.
You're an adult. You get whatever the heck you want.
You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe I just will. Maybe I will go through, I'll find a drive-through and just get a burger.
Yeah.
I mean...
I'm trying to think.
We have...
10:30 or 11 is when McDonald starts doing burgers.
I was going to say, I think In-N-Out maybe open at 11, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, well, thanks again for hanging out this morning, Kara. I'm glad that we were able to do this, and it looks like you're making some serious progress on your Zelda there, or on your Link. Is it Link or Zelda?
There you go. It's Link.
Okay, cool. See,
I'm so proud of you.
I'm a gamer. I'm officially a gamer.
All right.
No.
I will. I'll go with that for now.
Okay. All right. Fair. I'll give me the benefit of the doubt.
You're about as much as a gamer as I am a Warhammer person.
You know what? Fair. That is absolutely fair. But yeah, no, thank you, Kara. This was a lot of fun, and thank you guys. Thank you, Lady G and Josh, for the super chats, and Salty for the super chat. You guys are awesome. But we will see you guys here next week. Kara, you doing anything? You're not going to stream today, yeah? But most likely, maybe if X-Ray Girl is back, maybe No Mama Sky.
Yes, if she's back, if she wants to, I hope that she wants to play some No Mama Sky on Thursday. But yeah, I really don't have a whole lot of a big schedule right now, content wise. So just make sure to follow my Twitter/X account, which is just Kara Creates, and you'll see there if I decide to do something.
Good. Yeah, I think that's honestly the best thing to do, because I love your posts anyway. I think they're really insightful, and you always have something good to say whenever there's an interesting topic, or you're just posting fun stuff that I enjoy, whether it's about video games or something that I know nothing about. But
Why, thank you.
Of course. But with all that being said, thank you guys for being here this morning, and tonight Max's Man Cave will just be solo, so I will see you guys there. We'll just be hanging out. And, looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Or tonight. Either way, whichever one I see you.
Have fun on your man cave tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be, it'll be an interesting one. It's going to be fitness / gym etiquette. And, it'll be kind of going over that whole realm, and how it can relate to comics and nerds and all that fun stuff, so we'll see.
Okay.
But thank you guys so much. We'll see you there tonight if you can make it, but if not, we'll see y'all next weekend.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.